Base has problems, plenty of them. Fragmented onboarding, weak stablecoin volume compared to where it should be, confusing communication, and batches still needs work. And I know that because I've spent the last few weeks doing a deep dive into the ecosystem, breaking down onboarding, reviewing Base batches, and even sharing a full analysis with the team. I've also made this analysis public. I'll drop it in the comments, but despite all of that, I still think Base is one of the strongest ecosystems in crypto, because the chains that win long term are not just the ones with hype, they are the ones with real distribution, real capital, and real builders. And this is one of the first reasons I'm super bullish on Base: distribution. You have Coinbase, the biggest regulated exchange in crypto. They already have users, they already have liquidity, and they already have institutional relationships, as we can see from Brian Armstrong's attendance at the World Economic Forum in Davos last year. All of this means that Base doesn't have to fight for attention in the same way that other chains do, and Base's distribution stack gets stronger. There's Farcaster too, one of the few places where on-chain social activity actually works today. It's still early, but this combination is powerful, because the hardest thing in crypto is getting users. But where Base gets super interesting is AI. If AI agents are going to interact and transact in the way that OpenAI set out within AgentKit, they're going to need to pay for APIs, pay for compute, own wallets, and move value autonomously. They need a financial layer, and Coinbase have already started doing this. This is something called X402. X402 is described as an open, neutral standard for internet native payments. What X402 effectively does is it allows agents to make payments directly over the internet using stablecoins without needing accounts or traditional payment rails. It is basically Stripe, but for AI agents. Instead of subscriptions, agents can just pay per request. And this is already happening. Agents can pay for data, pay for compute, pay for services, and even pay each other. And this is the key point. Base is already right in the middle of this. The next reason I am bullish on Base is the founders and builders. I've spoken to the founders, reviewed projects like Fractalized and Upshot, the finalists and winner of Base Batches 002. And there is real quality there. Batches isn't perfect, but at least Base is trying to solve this, as we can see in their latest communications around the 003 cohort. The next reason is capital. They are backed by Coinbase. They have runway and high revenues quarter on quarter, and that matters because they are not trying to survive month on month. Despite the public facing communications of many other L2s with respect to the large staff reductions being nothing to do with capital and runway, I'd suggest that we've perhaps not been given the entire narrative with that respect. And then there is the thing that nobody wants to say out loud: a Base token. This isn't just speculation. Base have already said this themselves. They are exploring a network token. And we've already seen what happens when tokenization meets attention. One tweet and tokens were created instantly. And Jesse is not just talking about this, he's experimenting with it himself, launching his own personal creator coin called Jesse, because he sees tokens as infrastructure for ownership, for creators, and for the internet. And once you understand that direction, it becomes very hard to ignore. Because if you are Base and you want to reward users, builders, founders, ownership, eventually creating a token becomes impossible to ignore. But this is where things start to break a little bit. Onboarding. I'm not going to walk through every step again, but here's what actually happens. You start on the Base app website and it directs you to a mobile app download. You go to the Base Discord and it directs you to guild.xyz. In order to interact with guild.xyz, you need to create a wallet and add the Base RPC. Once you've created a wallet and added Base successfully, you then need to link your socials, which includes Farcaster, Twitter, and a bunch of others. And then all of a sudden, I found myself asking, where do I start? What do I prioritize? Mobile or desktop? How do these two connect? Do I need a new wallet? Can I use my existing wallet, or do I need to create a new wallet? The identity layer is currently fragmented. And if I'm asking all of this, what chance does a normal user have? My honest take is Base feels like one of the few ecosystems trying to build a real economy. They have distribution, they have capital, they have founders, they have AI, and they have Coinbase. That doesn't mean that they win, but it does mean they have one of the best chances and one of the biggest unfair advantages in Coinbase. If you want more founder level breakdowns like the one I've just done on Base Chain, please like the video and subscribe to my channel.